Heather, welcome to People in Legal.
Thank you. Nice
It's
to be here.
the end of a very, very busy day today. Lots of brainy people in the room, that sort of stuff. A great conference.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. Like, what a great get together for so many women. Yeah, just amazing opportunity to get like-minded thinking, help people on their AI journey. So yeah, super fascinated today.
I mean, one of the things that actually people have talked about is the power of community. They didn't realise that different women were in different parts of the community doing different things, and so there's this, I guess, there's this togetherness in terms of the knowledge and be able to actually connect with people as well.
Look, I think everyone's on their own journey, and it's easy for me, who I'm in Gen I legal tech, to think, God, everyone's grabbing this and it's all going so fast, because in some streams it is, but also today was also quite grounding in that not everyone is quite there yet, and there's still quite a lot of work to do for firms of all different sizes, organizations that are grappling with different types of technology, some people that are just starting their journey using AI tools for the very first time. So yeah, there's a wide spectrum of people here today, and community brings it all together. We're all learning from each other, hearing from people's challenges, mistakes, as well as successes.
Now, I was a bit rude in the beginning. I didn't actually let you introduce yourself, but to our audience who may or may not know you, can I get you to introduce yourself?
Yeah, no worries. My name's Heather Paterson, and I work for a Swedish company called Lagora, leading them into the Asia-Pacific region based out of Sydney.
Awesome. Tell us about Lagora.
Yeah, so Lagora is a Gen AI-based tool designed for enterprise-wide. So when I say enterprise-wide, I mean it's not practice specific within a law firm, and then also for general counsel, in-house legal teams that are looking to, I suppose, up-level using AI.
What are the use cases? Why are firms taking on Lagora?
I think there's a new expectation in the market. So when ChatGPT first came out, that was really quite innovative for some people to start using, similarly with broader tools like Copilot. But now, fast forward a couple of years later, that's almost table stakes. And so I'm talking to firms about Lagora because they realize that, they need to do something in AI. It's not a question of should they do something in AI, they need to do something. And then the most innovative firms are also thinking beyond the table stakes conversation, and how can we go and do something disruptive? How can we go and help our firm win more business? How can we work with our clients on more different types of projects? And so yeah, it's a really exciting time.
So is I guess this demand client driven? Are clients actually driving our clients because they're using more AI tools themselves, driving a demand for AI?
Do you mean clients like law firms clients?
Yeah, law firms clients, yeah.
I think it depends which geography you're in. Certainly across Asia Pacific, I think a lot of corporate clients are eager to see law firms use, what are you doing to drive efficiencies in this arrangement? Whereas feedback in the Australian market so far has been, we want you to be efficient. We want to see the cost savings, but also sometimes in their contracts, it's like, don't use our data on AI tools. Right. So firms are having to kind of grapple with, like, how can we do something innovative whilst also having the right governance in place.
And within the law firms and I guess corporate counsel, corporate legal departments, where are you seeing, what areas of practice are you seeing that demand coming from?
Look, I don't, it's quite interesting. I asked the same question when I was at HQ, and I was looking at, do we see a spike in different practice areas? My background's in NA and strategic transactions, so I thought perfect spot for AI tools. But no, actually, when we look across the different practice areas, it's actually pretty, similar usage pickup across the firm. What we find, though, is within each practice group, there's super users. So there's people that are running towards this technology, playing with it, experimenting with it. And we've heard a lot today about giving the approval to fail, like go and experiment, make some mistakes, just simply asking a prompt and then it not quite giving you what you want, going back and rewording it and doing something different to try and get it to the point where it's really productive for you.
So is it a toolkit where people can actually they can go and experiment and do the things they want to try and make themselves more efficient?
Yes, I think we have to address different paces of acceptance with Gen AI tools. So out the box, we provide a number of templates, a number of workflows, a number of prompts. A prompt is different from a Google search. You have to be quite instructive, although I believe that will improve with LLMs over time. But yeah, if you want to experiment, of course, the platform is incredibly intuitive. It's very easy to navigate around. And it's built not for technologists, but for humans. And lawyers are very practical in the way they look at technology, and it needs to be easy for them to adopt.
It gets me thinking about one of the comments that was made this morning about, I think, 𝗏𝗏 mentioned that, leadership is action. And be able to actually use something that humans can use, and don't have to be a scientist or some sort of, super user to actually go in there and play with things and make your basic job more efficient. It sounds like there's elements of that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in software for quite a long time, and when it comes to deploying new technologies and new ways of working, and it was a big discussion today, you are going to face inertia. What I suppose I hadn't necessarily fully empathized with is the fear that comes with adopting these types of tools. And so when it comes to, what was the thing with Kat? She said
action, I think, is leadership.
So I do think firms need to take quite bold decisions that drive that behavioral change from the top. Even if, I know we debated it on one of the panels, even if firms decide we just want to crawl into this, walk into it, then run, once we've established our effective return on investment, that's sensible, that's financial prudence. But it still is going to require, hey, we have bought this, this is the direction of the firm. And I think that's where you need board's involvement, you need the executive leadership team involvement, and you need the managing partners behind it. Not just saying, hey, junior associates, you go work it out. It's great when you get that buy-in at all different levels, because it starts to force the change.
So I guess a question that's in my mind is, you've got some firms out there that might be sort of like mid-sized firms that actually might have a range of different sort of AI tools they're using. So the question is, when is it time to then look at a platform like yours?
I mean, I think for mid-sized firms, it's kind of go straight away. They don't have time to run pilots across point solutions for certain practice groups. And I would say for mid-sized firms, it's, working with a company like Lagora will give them lots of support through that journey. We've done implementations 200, 300, 400 times. There's lots of lessons in that. And so there's a bit of a playbook that comes with okay, we want to disrupt too. We don't have a whole team of innovation, risk, people that will go and wrap their hands around 15 different pilots and we'll make a decision here. So yeah, I think, mid-sized firms should start straight away on that journey, and we can help them get there.
And I guess you'd sort of be partnering with those guys, almost like a partnership. You're actually learning from each other and that sort of stuff along the way. You're helping them get to the models they want to get to.
Look, I mean, partnership for me when working with anyone who buys software is about driving customer outcomes. So driving their success. So yes, of course, license fee is a part of it. But beyond that, how does this impact you either winning more business, removing risk from your organization, and allowing you to move faster in the market? So I think that's the lens that I take to my customer relationships. And beyond the initial launch, beyond the hype of, hey, we've invested in an AI tool, how do we build in that practice so that it's long-term effective, so that in 3 months' time when we're doing a QBR, we can assess, has this been successful? How has it been successful? Where is the value? And start to measure.
I think having the resources and investing the resources to make sure that the solution sticks and it actually still relevant to the practice and they're getting a return on investment, I think that's really key.
Yeah, and I would probably also add, David, that there's a vast rate of change happening. So I talk about in 3 months' time, has it been successful? In that period, new models have brought out new capability, and our team works incredibly fast at bringing that capability into our platform. And so if you were to do an A/B test on Lagora today versus other options, it's going to look very different in 3 months' time.
Yep.
So I would encourage anyone looking at AI not just to test against feature functionality, but things like, what is your roadmap? What is the direction that your engineers are building towards? And then what does the partnership need to look like to ensure that, okay, you build something, how do I hear about it? And then how do I implement it into my firm?
Brilliant. Awesome. From the conference today, I guess, what's one takeaway that you're going to take away when you suggest other people would as well from the conference?
I mean, I think someone early on mentioned a poet, and I'm not going to remember the name of the poet, which is kind of like a Socrates type way of thinking, which is I basically know that I don't know everything yet. So I really like that takeaway. Curiosity is such an important component, and we all know the longer you are away from university, the less likely you are to be open to new ways of doing things. So for myself included, make sure I maintain curiosity, and then also empathy for the fear that exists. I probably hadn't. I'm so enthusiastic about the opportunity for AI to transform people's careers that I have probably forgotten that there's an empathy moment there for those that are a bit skeptical, but skeptical out of fear, not out of just not getting it.
Yeah, there is a fair bit of fear out there. And I think one of the things I sort of took away was just preparing people psychologically and just understand that this is a change for people and how do I navigate that change.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today. Amazing to see you, and good luck with Lagora.
Yeah, thanks so much, David.
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome.